Vikir was already aware, thanks to Ayan, that Ahuman wasn't a native Belax. Details about his birth remained undisclosed, but in the distant past, he served as a slave to the existing shaman and later joined the Belax. Ahuman's trajectory took a significant turn when he thwarted a coup d'état, eliminating the plotting shaman, seizing his sorcerer powers. As a result of his pivotal role in preventing the coup, Ahuman was elevated from slave status to the esteemed position of a shaman. Following this, to assimilate into Belax society, Vikir mentioned that Ahuman undertook various tasks, including the less glamorous ones such as cleaning up waste. He assumed responsibility for all the unenviable duties within the village and even served as bait for dangerous prey during hunts. Despite these challenging roles, Ahuman gained recognition as a valued member of the community. This acknowledgement persisted into his old age when his hair turned gray. In the present, Vikir contemplates the shaman's aging and wonders if he seeks privileges that eluded him in his youth. It appears that the shaman, in an attempt to extend his authority, aims to control the entire forest. In an unsettled atmosphere, Night Fox wears a displeased expression and demands that the shaman reveal his pouch. A red aura emanates from her body, signifying her intense emotions. Nervously, the shaman, sweat on his face, retrieves the pouch from his pocket, claiming it contains flowers saved for a ceremony. However, the pouch slips from his grasp and falls into a well. Despite the apparent accident, Night Fox, with anger in her eyes, accuses the shaman of intentional deception, citing his supposed hand tremors. She turns to Vikir, acknowledging that he was correct about the shaman discarding the flower into the river. Vikir calmly responded, "However, we can no longer unveil the contents of Ahuman's pouch using the same method." The shaman, in a heated exchange, retorted, "I had the antidote. Are you suggesting that I'm the one who spread the poison throughout the forest?" In an appeal to Night Fox, the matriarch, the shaman implored, "Punish that wicked bastard. He has framed my righteous self and tarnished the honor of a shaman." Night Fox, maintaining her composure, calmly remarked, "Yes, you can't accuse someone without evidence." Acknowledging the shaman's claim of innocence, she assured, "Since you assert your innocence, I'll assist you in protecting your honor and pride. Even as the matriarch, without evidence, punishment cannot be meted out to you, the shaman." An evil smile crept across the shaman's face as Night Fox issued an order to Iliad, a decision that sent shivers down the shaman's spine. In the world of the Belax, an Iliad is a significant event. It serves as a resolution method when conflicts of opinion reach an impasse. The Tidi, or the Belax Council, typically sides with the victor of the Iliad, considering the loser as incompetent. Amidst the tension, Ahun approached the shaman, addressing him with respect as grandfather. Ahun reminded the shaman of his own teachings about the importance of tradition. He implored, "Grandfather, you always emphasized the significance of tradition. The Iliad is a tradition of the Belax. Please demonstrate how you can protect our traditions." In an angered state, the shaman declared, "Fine, we'll do that," pointing a finger at Vikir. He asserted, "It will happen 4 days from now, during the night of the full moon. I officially request an Iliad." Vikir, seemingly indifferent, responded, "4 days, my ass." Disregarding the shaman's attempt to set the timeline, he said, "I'm certain that the one who receives the Iliad request is to decide on the day. Cuke, if you're talking about tradition, that is," further provoking the shaman's ire. As tensions rose, Vikir continued, "To be honest, evidence and verification are all meaningless, Ahuman." He revealed, "Cornering you into a situation where you had no choice but to request an Iliad was all part of my plan." The scene transitions to the dueling ground, where Night Fox issues commands to commence the Iliad within the circle formed by warriors. Warriors mercilessly execute cowards who try to leave the circle. The assembled warriors respond with unwavering determination to the Night Fox's directives. Night Fox asserts, "Behind me is the Warriors' Mountain, where our ancestors' graves reside. As our ancestors are watching, I won't forgive indecency. They will judge right and wrong, deciding the victor. Prove that, as a Belax warrior, you are in the right." Vikir and the shaman, both ready for the fight, take their positions with bows, the crowd already chanting Vikir's name as the anticipated victor. Shaman, visibly concerned with no one on his side, nervously bites his nails, drawing blood. He remarks, "Well, they'll stop saying his name when I win, since weapons aren't the only things you can use in an Iliad." 3 skeletons emerge from the ground at the spot where the shaman had spilled his blood, following his orders to cover his blind spots. While seeking cover, he contemplates, "This is impossible for you, who have only been here for 2 years. Against me, who has spent 7 years in the forest, there's no way you're familiar with the terrain. Just show yourself, and I'll shoot an arrow through you." Meanwhile, Vikir hangs from a tree behind him like a bat. In Vikir's thoughts, "Silent Heal, the skill I acquired from the swamp. It's a mush's skill that enables you to silently target your prey's openings. I appreciate how it eliminates surrounding sounds, making it invaluable for assassins. A human, it appears that you're more than just a shaman by name. Witnessing your ability to resurrect the dead, one might surmise that you hail from a lineage of powerful shamans. However, that revelation changes nothing. In a sudden and fluid motion, Vikir catapults into action, effortlessly dispatching the skeletons with a single, precise strike. Unbeknownst to the shaman lost in his thoughts, he remains unaware of Vikir's stealthy approach. The shaman muses, "Humph. That child is scared, so he probably hasn't considered making a move." To his utter surprise, Vikir materializes behind him, executing a swift and lethal stab through the lungs. Caught off guard, the shaman coughs up blood, pondering how Vikir managed to approach without emitting a single discernible footstep. As the shaman lies motionless on the ground, seemingly lifeless, Vikir harnesses the shaman's powers through his berserk ability. Ayan, witnessing this, gestures to Vikir, capturing his attention. The other tribe members stand in shock, acknowledging that the victor was swiftly decided, guided by the ancestors who deemed Ahuman words unworthy. Although the shaman still clings to a semblance of life, he expresses his vehement desire not to die, recounting the shameful past he endured to survive within the Balax. Fueled by anger and the agony of impending death, he sketches with his fingers in the sand, expressing his resentment towards Vikir and others who have wronged him. In the midst of this, Vikir turns to Ahun, seeking his perspective on how to deal with the shaman. Ahun hesitates, prompting Vikir to assert that leaving the shaman in such a state would subject him to continuous suffering. Ahun's expression twisted into anger as he declared, "I almost lost Ahul because of the Red Death. Even if he's my grandfather, I won't forgive him. It's right for a coward to be in pain. He's not worth pitying." Meanwhile, the shaman lay on the ground, the pain evident in his every breath, blood streaming from his eyes. Despite his condition, he traced a symbol in the sand, causing the entire area to transform. A mysterious purple aura blanketed the sky, leaving Ayan and her mother in shock. Ayan's mother remarked, "This is an ominous energy coming from the grave." Even Ahun, witnessing the shaman's unexpected recovery, was shocked. Vikir, who had earlier stabbed the shaman in the lungs, couldn't hide his surprise. The shaman, now wearing a sinister expression, declared, "Aren't you afraid of the ancestors' wrath? Should I really be the one to be afraid of the ancestors?" Vikir, still in shock, rushed towards the shaman to finish him off, but a purple aura arrow struck him, forcing him to halt. The shaman, looking at the source of the purple light, remarked, "You said to leave the decision to the ancestors? Then from now on." A mysterious lady with a purple aura and a bow appeared, declaring, "It's time for the great ancestor's judgment." Ayan is astounded to witness the appearance of the ancestor. Meanwhile, Vikir is grappling with disbelief, considering the use of resurrection sorcery on a Balax ancestor by the shaman. Could it be possible for Ahuman, a shaman, to achieve such a feat, even turning himself into an undead? The shaman, creating more skeletons, smirks and remarks, "Did you think I was a shaman living among the Balax without any countermeasures? It's too early to be surprised, you bastards." As he commands, a multitude of dead, resembling zombies, stand in response. There isn't only one grave here on the Warrior's Mountain. The shaman skillfully mounts a skeleton, utilizing them as if they were horses. Ahun, charging his bow and addressing the shaman as grandfather, questions, "Just how low are you willing to go?" However, before Ahun can release his arrow, a purple arrow intercepts, shattering his own in the process. Ahun is stunned to witness this intervention, and it's revealed to be the Lady Ancestor, Night Fox. She urges everyone to prepare for battle, emphasizing that the figures in front of them are mere puppets manipulated by humans. We can send our formalities to our ancestors after we send them off. Prioritize survival. As the tribe members ready themselves, the fight ensues, with the ancestors leading the charge, slashing through the tribe members one by one. Amidst the chaos, a girl, wounded by an arrow in her shoulder, seeks refuge behind a tree. Suddenly, a barrage of arrows, radiating a mesmerizing blue aura, swiftly takes down the zombies in one clean shot. The marksman behind this impressive feat is none other than Night Fox Aquila. In a single stroke, she eliminates Death Knights, demonstrating a skill level comparable to a high-ranked graduator. The rumors about her protecting the forest from the Empire weren't mere speculation. Night Fox readies 3 arrows for her next shot, poised for further action. Vikir, after dispatching an adversary, briefs Ayan, "If Matriarch Aquila is here, we won't have any problems. Follow me, Ayan. We're going after Ahuman." Meanwhile, Shaman, riding on his skeleton steed, vows revenge, taunting the Balax and commanding his minions. He orders one skeleton to stay behind, hinting at a secret mission. Shaman, aware of Night Fox's formidable presence, acknowledges the challenge she poses. With an eerie smile, he muses, "Even if she's a genius, she won't be able to handle what's about to happen." The atmosphere thickens with anticipation as the impending clash between Shaman and the formidable Night Fox unfolds. In the following scene, Vikir and Ayan locate Shaman, engaging in a spiritual ritual within a circle of pillars. Vikir remarks, "Is this the place he escaped to? This area with the pillars? Why is he chanting in a place like this?" As Shaman makes mysterious gestures and utters enigmatic words, Ayan readies her bow, determined to prevent any further suspicious actions. With a steely gaze, she declares, "I'm going to end this charade right here." Ayan releases an arrow aimed at Shaman, but before it reaches him, a hand emerges from the earth, effortlessly stopping the projectile with 2 fingers. Vikir and Ayan are both stunned, but Shaman, wearing an evil smile, boasts, "I did it. I successfully summoned him." As legends say, he sleeps deep within the forest alone. The newly revealed warrior emerges from the ground, adorned with a skeleton mask and armed with a bow. His name is the Divine Archer, Adonai. Ayan and Vikir share a moment of disbelief, questioning if Adonai is indeed the legendary archer of the Balax. Adonai readies his arrow, targeting Ayan and Vikir, but they skillfully evade the attack. Vikir, using his sword, deflects an arrow infused with an aura, expressing shock at the damage it could inflict. Ayan, however, is not unscathed. She clutches her injured leg, poisoned by the arrow's power. She muses on the legends surrounding Adonai, wondering if the bow he wields is crafted from the remains of Madame Eight Legs. Amidst a barrage of arrows forming a symbolic pattern on the ground, Vikir and Ayan stand united. Despite Ayan's plea for Vikir to abandon her, they brace themselves for what comes next. Shaman, with an evil laugh, declares his intent to end both of them and commands Adonai to attack. However, a mysterious hand intercepts Adonai's arrow, surprising everyone. The one who catches the arrow is revealed to be Night Fox. Now, Shaman and Night Fox face each other in a one-on-one confrontation, with Night Fox inviting Shaman to engage in a conversation. She sensed a potent aura, expressing relief that she arrived prepared. Shaman is visibly shocked, and Ayan urgently warns her mother about the poisoned arrow. Night Fox, seemingly unfazed, clenches her fist, unleashing a burst of blood. Ayan insists that her mother should seek immediate treatment, but Night Fox's actions suggest a different approach. Vikir, now feeling nervous, contemplates whether Night Fox intentionally expelled the poison and contaminated blood by exploding the aura within her. The revelation surprises him, realizing that there is someone capable of such a unique and powerful technique. Night Fox's gaze shifts toward Shaman, instilling fear in him. He stammers, placing the blame on others for his predicament. In response, Night Fox dismisses concerns about betrayal and focuses on a critical question. She asks Shaman to confirm Adonai's identity as the Divine Archer. Shaman affirms that it is indeed the legendary Adonai, boasting of his formidable abilities. Night Fox, undeterred, smiles and instructs Vikir and Ayin to stay back. Addressing Adonai with respect, she expresses the honor of facing him despite the circumstances. The stage is set for a showdown between the two skilled warriors. As the atmosphere transforms, Night Fox and Adonai stand poised for battle. Night Fox gracefully steps backward, preparing to unleash her arrows. Simultaneously, Adonai readies himself, and the intense exchange of attacks begins, with both warriors showcasing their strength and agility. As Vikir carries Ayin, he reflects on the rare spectacle unfolding before him, a battle between those wielding master-grade aura. Ayin's concern for her mother is evident, adding emotional depth to the scene. Shaman lurks behind a tree, acknowledging Night Fox Aquila's prowess against Sir Adonai. He recognizes the challenge of facing the legendary archer. The confrontation between Adonai and Night Fox intensifies. Shaman observes that Adonai is seemingly unbeatable, especially in ranged combat. Night Fox recognizes the disadvantage but remains undeterred. Adonai, known for his exceptional speed and power, is a flawless archer, hints at a crucial flaw. In a synchronized moment, both warriors release arrows, creating a powerful blast. Through the smoke, Night Fox emerges, attempting a kick that Adonai skillfully dodges. In retaliation, Adonai aims to punch, but Night Fox evades and throws her dagger, causing Adonai to lose his grip on his weapon. The battle continues with a strategic exchange of moves and tactics. Night Fox, seizing the opportunity, channels her aura into the arrow, unleashing a shot so powerful it seems to reach the sky. Adonai takes the hit, suffering burns on his right shoulder and half of his face. Night Fox questions whether Adonai's reluctance to fight is due to being dead or a desire to avoid harming his descendant. As she readies another shot, Night Fox contemplates what she can do to liberate Adonai from his current state. Another arrow is released, but a hand emerges from Adonai's body, grabbing the arrow, indicating a healing process is underway. Adonai's hand regenerates, and Shaman, with an intriguing hand gesture, asserts, "I won't tolerate things done half-heartedly. Sir Apron, you must fight with all you have now." Infuriated by Night Fox's relentless assault, Adonai undergoes a transformation, his body pulsating with newfound power. A visible change occurs, revealing a more formidable and imposing figure. It's as if he has activated a second life bar, signifying a significant escalation in the intensity of the battle. Adonai, now engulfed in a furious aura, instills a sense of unease in Night Fox. He declares, "You can't say that's Adonai anymore." As his face begins to glow, three majestic monsters materialize behind him: a dragon, a turtle, and an enigmatic sea creature. Shaman, keenly observing the unfolding spectacle, notes, "Those are the rank monsters that inhabit the forest. Are they here because of the commotion caused?" Unperturbed, Adonai swiftly releases arrows, accurately targeting the monstrous trio and severing their heads. Night Fox stands in astonishment, unable to track the rapid trajectory of the arrows. Shaman chuckles and exclaims, "Ha ha! This is the true might of Sir Adonai. To think he dispatched all the monsters in one go. Please, Sir Adonai, eliminate that woman in front of you as well." Adonai directs his aura towards Night Fox, prompting her to retreat swiftly, sensing the potent murderous intent emanating from his arrow. She reflects on the consequences of each attack, as Madame's poison courses through her, causing her body to feel sluggish. Night Fox prepares her arrow, realizing the need to conclude this swiftly. She releases 3 arrows, but Adonai effortlessly blocks them with a single finger, leaving her astonished. However, her smile returns as her plan unfolds when an arrow strikes Adonai from behind. She explains, "The first arrow misses, but the second one hits the target." However, the moment your opponent blocks the second arrow, the first missed arrow returns and penetrates the back of their head. It's a skill where the arrow achieves maximum rotation and flies through the air. At its zenith, it returns to strike the opponent. This is her personal arrow technique, crafted after learning about Adonai's battle against an Imperial Knight. The arrow lodges in Adonai's neck, but he effortlessly removes it, leaving Knight Fox astonished. With an evil smile, Adonai taunts, "Ha ha, Aquila. No matter how strong a warrior you are, you've never fought against a corpse before. Sir Adonai is already dead. A single arrow to the throat won't defeat him." The scene shifts to Ayin on a mountain, watching her mother with concern as the forest trembles. With closed eyes and a sense of belief, she murmurs, "Please wait until Vikir resolves this." Vikir, positioned behind Ayin, instructs her to hide while he goes to assist her mother. As he runs toward the battle, he emphasizes the need to stop Ahuman necromancy skill and defeat him. Ahuman fears Aquila, and it's highly likely that he's using Adonai as a shield against her. Surprisingly, Vikir discovered Shaman's location and wasted no time rushing towards him, intent on ending him. However, out of nowhere, the Lady Ancestor appeared, blocking Vikir's path. Shaman, now on high alert, sneered, "It's you again, you damn child. I already anticipated that someone would come after me. I knew. So I had already summoned my Death Knights. These guys are so skilled that they could have been buried at the warrior's grave." While the Lady Ancestor readied to strike Vikir with a dagger, the entire tribe surged towards him, aiming to eliminate the perceived threat. Meanwhile, in another part of the forest, the duel between Night Fox and Adonai continued. Adonai's aura struck Night Fox, causing her to fall to her knees in pain. Shaman reveled in Night Fox's suffering, expressing his satisfaction, and declared, "Soon the guardian of the forest, Aquila, will fall, and I will seize control of the forest. This shall be my reward for the unjust treatment I've endured throughout my life." With a malevolent glint in his eyes, he proclaimed, "First, I shall eradicate every clan member who ever looked down upon me." The focus then shifts to Vikir, now immersed in his berserk state, skillfully employing his 6 techniques to eliminate them all in one swift stroke. Shaman, taken aback, murmured, "Impossible. To vanquish those Death Knights who have surpassed the level of a high-ranked graduator. So, this child is mightier than a high-ranked graduator." Vikir, donning a sinister glare, commented, "So, this child is mightier than a high-ranked graduator? Did you realize all your desires in that moment, Ahuman?" Shaman, in shock, called upon Adonai, who readied his aura-infused arrow to target Vikir. However, Night Fox intervened, delivering a decisive kick to Adonai and causing the arrow to go astray. Without a moment's hesitation, Vikir advanced swiftly upon Shaman, carving through his hands like slicing an apple and promptly severing his neck, bringing about his demise. The scene shifts to the ongoing battle between the tribe and the Ancestor, with the Ancestor actively engaging in combat. A girl is seen on her knees, and the Lady of the Ancestor attempts to deliver a finishing blow with her dagger. However, the girl's soul begins to dissolve, and simultaneously, the entire Ancestor's soul starts disappearing. Adonai and Night Fox take a deep breath, and Night Fox places her hand on Adonai's bow, saying, "Please, rest in peace, great Ancestor." Meanwhile, Shaman, despite his deteriorating condition, continues to shout, "Bro, I don't know why this guy is not dying." In his dying moments, he curses, "Damn it! The forest was almost mine. Is it you again?" He points accusingly at Vikir. Vikir's eyes gleamed with an unexpected realization. He surpassed my expectations. Not only did he transform into an undead, but he also wielded magic at an extraordinary level, controlling dozens of Death Knights, even Adonai himself. If Ahuman aspired to tread the path of a shaman. Shaman, with an evil laugh, interjected, "Don't think this is the end. I'll make you regret driving me out. You and the Balax. I'll curse you even if I die." Before he could finish, Ahun swiftly shot an arrow into Shaman's head, bringing him to a peaceful rest. Ahun took a deep breath, expressing regret to Vikir. If only I had listened to you earlier when you suggested we eliminate Ahuman. Vikir rested a reassuring hand on Ahun's shoulder and commended him. It's not your fault, Ahun. Good job. The entire tribe, including Night Fox, Ayan, and Vikir, shared in the happiness. It was time to return to the village. However, upon their arrival, shock struck them as they discovered the village in ruins. Ayan questioned, "What happened?" A tribe member replied, "People who didn't go to the Iliad and stayed in the village." Ahun's sister, Ahul, arrived on the scene, informing everyone that Madam had visited. Night Fox, consumed by rage, unleashed a powerful punch, shattering the wall, and roared for Ahuman. Concerned tribe members approached, expressing worry for Night Fox. "Matriarch, your injury. We can rebuild our village, and we can gather our food again." Night Fox, fueled by anger, snapped back, "Warriors who are uninjured, go clean up those who have passed and save the remaining survivors. Hurry up and move." The scene shifts to Ayan, who appears emotional. Her wolf, Bakira, is in a dire state with green-tinted legs. Ayan starts crying, embracing her wolf, and utters, I'm sorry for leaving you alone." Madam Eight Legs, the ominous deity of the forest, a terror revered by all tribes dwelling within. Its presence, catastrophic and indisputable, serves as the wellspring of darkness. Vikir, concealed behind the trees, contemplates the profound impact of Madam Eight Legs on the Belacs. Their acknowledgement of Madam's existence as a natural calamity leaves them incapable of seeking vengeance. His eyes fixate on the cave from which a soft glow emanates. Inside the cave, Night Fox rests. Vikir approaches her, his curiosity piqued, and respectfully inquires, "Matriarch Aquila, I came to ask you something. Please tell me about Madam Eight Legs." Night Fox, feeling a sense of unease, questions, "You want me to share information about the madam?" Vikir, holding a collection of records, responds, "This is a compilation of madam-related records that I discovered in the Look Tribe's village. It includes witness statements about Madam's encounters with other monsters and even details about her hideout." Perplexed after reading, Vikir raises a question, "I couldn't find the reason why the porters fear it. Why haven't you all tried to collectively subjugate it?" Night Fox meets Vikir's gaze, awaiting his further explanation. Vikir continues, "Similar to the Look Tribe's records, there's also a record about Madam passed down through our history. It details the time when Sir Adonai faced off against the Madam. The legendary confrontation between the divine archer, Sir Adonai, and the Madam unfolded in an epic battle. During this clash, Adonai managed to pierce one of the Madam's legs with an arrow, initially succeeding in destroying it. However, this triumph marked the beginning of utter despair. The once destroyed leg regenerated and multiplied, with each subsequent attempt at destruction resulting in the emergence of even more legs. Strangely, the legs, initially vulnerable, grew stronger with each instance of destruction. Sir Adonai's arrows proved ineffective against the Madam's resilient body. Recorded accounts reveal that everyone involved in the battle was poisoned by the Madam. Night Fox, nursing her injuries, acknowledges the formidable strength of the Madam. She shares her understanding of the Madam's potency, derived from the poison lingering on Sir Adonai's arrow. The Madam, often referred to as the evil goddess, stands as a testament to the combined efforts of countless warriors in the forest. Night Fox warns against any attempts to attack the Madam, expressing a deep reluctance to lose more members of her family. Night Fox mentions, "My chances of prevailing against Aquila and Adonai at this moment are quite slim." However, when it comes to formidable monsters, the situation changes. While the Madam is currently considered a rare monster, in the world of the Fall, where demonic creatures have invaded the human realm, I encountered numerous demonic monsters that matched her level. Thankfully, I have the experience of battling those formidable demonic beings. Regardless of the Madam's strength, she is still just a monster. Monsters, like any other creature, possess habits and weaknesses. Vikir, preparing to depart, reflects, "If I can discern her weaknesses." Shielding his head and eye with a glowing aura, he asserts, "I can defeat Madam Eight Legs." the scene shifts to a mountain where Madame Eight Legs resides. To our surprise, Madame Eight Legs emerges from the mountains, spewing a substantial amount of green material from its mouth. Madame Eight Legs now fully emerges from the mountain, and Vikir hiding behind the trees, commenting on Madame Eight Legs making a lot of noise while waking up. After conducting a stakeout at the Madame's lair for several days, he remarks that he discovered the Madame tends to search for food at a specific time. Based on its movement patterns, it is estimated to take about 2 hours for Madame Eight Legs to return. Vikir swiftly jumps from one mountain to another, tailing Madame Eight Legs. He now stands at the location where numerous spider webs blanket the entire mountain. He comments, "This is the Madame's lair." Despite appearing as a solid stone mountain from the outside, it's actually hollow inside. A blade with a red aura emerges from his hands as he systematically cuts down the webs one by one. Picking up a strand, he observes the cross-section of the spider web is rough. It would be challenging to cut through it with a graduator's mana. However, given its texture, using the spider web for descent should work fine. Descending, he contemplates the entrance, initially narrow enough for Madame Eight Legs to squeeze through. To his surprise, it widens gradually, presenting an ideal space for a lair, given the Madame's size. As he ventures deeper, numerous mysterious phenomena come to light. Observing various bodies, both of humans and monsters, he wonders if the Madame preyed on them. Some bodies remain untouched and decomposed, prompting questions about whether she left them as an example or brought them here for amusement. It becomes evident that Madame Eight Legs understands its position in the forest's food chain. Despite the fascination with these revelations, there's no time to linger. He must investigate as much as possible before the Madame's return. Spotting a nest filled with eggs, he seizes one and discovers it belongs to Madame Eight Legs. This revelation provides an explanation for the abundance of spider demons during the world's descent into ruin. Analyzing the egg becomes a valuable prospect. However, Madame Eight Legs becomes aware of his presence. Swiftly concealing himself, he reflects on the Madame's ability to sense intruders through its instincts. He acknowledges that without the sound nullifying skill of Mushusu, the situation could have taken a perilous turn. The scene shifts to tribe members busy remaking the village. They inquire about Vikir, expressing concern as they haven't seen him for several days. Despite knowing him as a brave individual, their worry heightens, especially for Ayan. Vikir hasn't met with her, leading to collective anxiety among the villagers. Ayan stands emotionally outside Vikir's tent, engaged in a conversation. She reveals that she heard from her mother about Vikir's inquiries regarding the Madame. Her mother warned that the Madame is a formidable monster, unbeatable by any warrior. Ayan questions Vikir's intentions, asking if he is not contemplating a direct confrontation with the formidable creature. Yesterday, Bakira had to amputate its leg, and I doubt Bakira can run like it used to. Tears streamed down her face as she expressed concern, saying, "If something happens to you too." Inside the tent, Vikir called for Ayan, inviting her in to discuss matters. Ayan entered and was taken aback by the numerous records. She inquired about them from Vikir. In response, Vikir explained that they were records of the Madame, collected from various tribes in the forest. He was conducting research on the web, skin, and egg obtained from the Madame's cave. Ayan, in frustration, exclaimed, "Don't tell me you went to the Madame's cave? So, you really are going to fight it. If you must, then I'll do it with you." Vikir, maintaining his calm demeanor, replied, "You're still limping from the injury you got from Adonai. You'll only be a burden." He continued, "Ayan, I am going to leave the forest soon. I still have something I must do, so I need to return to Baskerville." Ayan became saddened as she learned from Vikir, who mentioned, "After I've finished everything I need to do, I'm thinking of coming back here." He took hold of a lantern and informed Ayan that he intended to protect the place he wanted to return to. Vikir asserted, "I've just finished planning how I'm going to hunt the Madame. Happened to Bakira, I won't let that happen to me." In response, Ayan fell silent. After Vikir concluded his words, she reflected, "The time when you helped us, and when the poison spread throughout the forest. even the incident involving a human. You always faced problems that could not be solved, and consistently yielded positive outcomes. She smiled, saying, Vikir, the words you say make me expect things, you know? Placing her hand on Vikir's hands, she added, this time too. Is it all right for me to look forward to the result? Vikir replied, of course you can. The scene transitions to a lush forest, with rain gently falling. Vikir stands resolute, facing the formidable monster introduced in earlier chapters. A colossal turtle, seeking to assail Vikir, makes its move, yet Vikir skillfully parries its attack, effortlessly severing its limb. With determination in his eyes, Vikir appeals, grant me that ability, Salamander. A radiant glow emanates from his eyes, signaling a transformation poised to unfold. In the village, Ahun and fellow tribe members successfully construct a small home. As they admire the accomplishment, questions arise about building a larger house, and some speculate if it's for Vikir. Ahun confirms, expressing Vikir's brotherly significance to him. When faced with criticism, Ahun bluntly silences dissent. The village, now restored to its original state, owes much to Vikir. Eager to share the news, they head to Vikir's tent, only to find it empty. Ayin, standing behind them, wears a somber expression, gazing at the sky and offering silent prayers for Vikir's well-being. Vikir stands before Madame Eight-Legs' lair, noting that the rain will likely subside soon and the madam should be asleep. This moment presents the prime opportunity to embark on the hunt. With meticulous consideration, Vikir has envisioned numerous scenarios and devised strategies to navigate each. It's time to set his well-crafted plan in motion. Swiftly, he leaps into the depths of the Madam's cave, initiating the hunt. Madame Eight-Legs slumbers peacefully, undisturbed until Vikir decides it's time to rouse her. Employing his sixth technique, Vikir severs one of Madam's legs, inciting her fury. Recalling Adonai's records, Vikir anticipates the leg he severed will regenerate. As Madam retaliates with a strike, Vikir skillfully evades and initiates Plan A. He unleashes a barrage of hundreds of strikes, prompting Madam to counter with a release of green poison. Vikir narrowly avoids most, but one strike lands, piercing him. Unfazed, Vikir promptly severs his poisoned limb, allowing a rapid regeneration. Madame Eight-Legs is taken aback by the revelation, and Vikir reassures her. No need to be surprised, I'm in the same position as you now. Undeterred, Vikir lunges at Madam, unleashing a barrage of strikes. However, Madam adeptly defends herself, seemingly impervious to Vikir's blows. In a moment of keen observation, Vikir notices 3 tiny orbs on Madam's legs. Strategically targeting them, he disrupts Madam's balance. With a final, decisive strike, Vikir severs 2 of Madam's legs, sacrificing his own arm in the process. Standing with a partially regenerated arm and a sword emerging from his hand, Vikir reflects on the contrasting nature of their regeneration abilities, acknowledging the immense stamina required for his own, while Madam effortlessly multiplies her. With a sinister smile, he retreats from the skirmish, stating with an evil gleam in his eyes, I knew I wouldn't be able to catch you. It was all part of my plan for you to double the number of your legs. Explaining the intricacies of Madame Eight-Legs' ability to multiply her legs when they are severed, he notes that while it initially seems godlike, the exponential growth becomes a hindrance, making movement increasingly challenging. In response to Madam's attack, Vikir swiftly evades the web, casually remarking, I already knew that you would use your web when it came to this. Having scrutinized your web, I've identified a critical weakness. Your web, impervious to regular fire. With an aura of intensity, Vikir remarks, it burns like wood when exposed to the purple hellfire from the underworld, and this place is saturated with gas from all the corpses. Standing amidst the lifeless monsters, he adds, doesn't it seem like the perfect kindling for a fire to spread? Locked in a gaze, Madame Eight-Legs and Vikir confront each other. Vikir declares, you stacked up too much karma because you were drunk on power. All right, it's time for you to receive that karma. Vikir unleashes a powerful strike, causing a massive explosion that appears to defeat Madame Eight-Legs. The outcome remains uncertain, awaiting the revelations in the next chapter. In retrospection, Vikir delves into his past, reflecting on the records he documented. During my practical assessments, a pivotal encounter with Cerberus, expelled from its territory, sparked a question. Why did the tribe members go to great lengths to drive away perilous monsters from MT? Le Rouge et le Noir. The revelation emerged territorial expansion. The tribe, represented by Baskerville, found themselves compelled by Madame's relentless influence all the way to MT, Le Rouge et le Noir. This realization led me to fathom Madame's concealed motives. In reality, Madame orchestrated the tribe members of the dense forest to oust hellish demonic beasts like Cerberus. To distance her further, we find ourselves in the present where Vikir skillfully hurls his dagger into the head of the ox bear, generating an aura blast that dramatically impacts Madame. Exiting the cave, Vikir reveals his realization of Madame's vulnerability to hellfire, the key being to prevent her escape from the den teeming with her intricate spiderwebs. With her multiplied legs, climbing became impossible, and her web usage was hindered. In this predicament, escape for her was an insurmountable challenge. No matter how formidable she may be, being a living creature means her lungs will sear trying to breathe in the scorching air, and her skin and carapace will succumb to the hellfire's melting embrace. He observes the cave, knowing the only option left is to wait for Madame to succumb. When the fire subsides, he aims to acquire her unique ability. Suddenly, the earth trembles, the atmosphere shifts, and as Vikir directs his gaze back to the cave, it erupts in a powerful blast. Vikir is taken aback. Madame Eight Legs has shattered the mountain, freeing herself from the cave with a menacing countenance. She spewed forth green poison, creating an aerial display, yet its impact was terrifying as everything it touched began to dissolve. Madame Eight Legs now advances on Vikir, but he understands she can't locate him. The fire has singed away her eyes and body hairs, rendering them useless. Additionally, her forced passage through the mountain has left visible cracks on her body. Seizing the advantage, Vikir ascends swiftly, targeting the crack formed during her charge through the mountain. Employing Baskerville swordsmanship's sixth fang, he delivers a potent punch, unleashing a powerful shockwave throughout the area. Realizing that he can't break her with one more hit, Vikir is determined to strike again. However, Madame's eyes start to glow, surprising Vikir. Despite this, he throws a heavy punch that sends Madame flying a considerable distance. Soon after, Vikir realizes his mistake. He didn't anticipate that Madame could molt and regenerate parts of her body. Both of his legs got destroyed, and perhaps due to exhaustion, Vikir is regenerating slower than before. Taking a deep breath, he waits for Madame to return. However, a thought crosses his mind. His own inner voice questions why he is battling such a monster. It suggests that he should have already left the dense forest to pursue his goal. The only thing on his mind should be revenge against Hugo. Killing Hugo should be his sole focus. Vikir is now stunned to see his own reflection, the eldritch presence within him declaring, "Because this is our final desire." With an evil gaze and a scar on his soul's face, he emanates a chilling yet powerful aura. Lying on the ground, Vikir confronts his own reflection, accusing himself of growing dull and slow since entering the forest. The rage within him surfaces as he recalls the intense hatred for Hugo, particularly the sensation when his throat was slashed. As we delve into the introduction of Vikir van Baskerville, he elucidates that his sole purpose lies in executing missions assigned by his master. Regardless of the circumstances, the mission always took precedence over his own life. From the day I was born, it was ingrained in me my purpose, my fulfillment lay in following orders. It was my unwavering belief. However, the truth dawned upon me when my master beheaded me. My life proved futile and in vain. As Vikir's soul emanates a powerful aura, he reveals his desire to make Hugo experience the same despair he once felt. Filled with rage, he accuses, "You messed everything up killing Hugo and destroying Baskerville." Chains tightly wrapped around Vikir's neck symbolize his sole reason for existence: to kill Hugo and obliterate Baskerville. Memories of the past flood in as he reflects, have I ever defied Hugo's will in my past life? Yes, there was a moment the thought of deserting the group. Yet I followed the path dictated by the chain around my neck. Vikir, once Hugo's well-trained bloodhound, grapples with his duty for revenge as his soul admonishes, "Don't let me down, whether it be Hugo's commands or my sense of duty for revenge." His soul declared, "I will no longer grant you the right to do anything." Vikir, overcome with rage, roared defiantly, proclaiming, "Yes, the moment I was executed by Hugo, I won't live like a bloodhound hunting his prey anymore. I regretted the decision I made. What I sincerely want is..." His reflection fades as he undergoes a profound transformation. We transition to Madame Eight Legs, rising with lethal intent to kill Vikir. However, Vikir, in the process of regeneration, utters a single word: freedom. Evading her attacks, he appears strained, his thoughts shifting to Ayin and Hugo. Yet he regains composure, driven by the desire to live on his own terms. "I need to fight to no longer be controlled by anyone or anything," Vikir declared with determination. As Vikir struggled to regain his posture, an arrow with a blue aura shot towards Madame Eight Legs. It was Ayin and Night Fox, with Ayin vehemently shouting at Madame Eight Legs not to touch her husband. Ayin exclaimed to Vikir, "Your reinforcement is here, the entire Balak's warrior force." Ahun and other tribe members rushed towards Vikir, ready to lend their support. Despite Vikir not being entirely happy with their reinforcement, he acknowledged, "Thanks to you, I survived, Ayin." Vikir strikes at Madame Eight Legs, but despite his efforts, he couldn't destroy her. Frustrated, he fell back, declaring, "If it doesn't work, try again." As Madame Eight Legs grew more furious, tribe members warned everyone about her rampage. Ayin addressed the group, emphasizing, "That means Vikir has cornered her. Everyone, don't back off and keep fighting." Night Fox stood calmly, contemplating the situation. She reflected, "I deemed the madam a disaster, so I never even thought of killing her. As if all the cells in my body thought it was the obvious thing to do. But this young warrior showed me." In the face of fear, Night Fox embraced her resolve, her aura intensifying. She declared, "I need to do this, even if I vomit blood or my injury ruptures." Charging her aura, she added, "For the warrior that's desperately resisting it, I need an attack that can open up a path." Her shot aimed at Madame Eight Legs hit successfully. Seizing the opportunity, Vikir moved swiftly, almost at the speed of light, and executed Baskerville's first technique, a deeply piercing fang. The impact turned the entire environment into a red blast as Vikir penetrated Madame Eight Legs. Ayin and Ahun watched in shock as Vikir unleashed a series of techniques within Madame Eight Legs. The second technique, Biting Fang, the fourth technique, Tearing Fang, and the fifth technique, Shredding Fang. The culmination of these strikes left Madame Eight Legs unable to stand, coughing out purple blood. With his aura fully unleashed, Vikir's countenance turned ghostly white, his eyes ablaze with a fiery red determination. He declared that he would no longer lead the life of a bloodhound bound by shackles. Channeling the full might of Baskerville's techniques, he applied the sixth technique, Crushing Fang. The strike landed with unforgiving force, enveloping the entire surroundings in a powerful aura.
Thanks for watching King Lee Win channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and leave the comment until the next video.